Greetings, viewers! Today on Merry Meeples, we are looking at Dreadful Meadows, designed by Lucas Adam, coming to us from Arkus Games. It is 1 to 4 players, 45 plus minutes, 13 and up, and a solo mode. So let's crack this open. We start off with a rule book, as is often the case. Dearest Corporeal Confectioner, it's competition time in Candy County, and my readers are abuzz with supernatural speculation. Who will produce the season's sweetest sensation? There are whispers that you yourself host the most extraordinary talents in candy creation, a master of administering a game-like strategy. It has been said of you, and I ask myself, how could I deprive my dear readers of the pageant of such a promising participant, and thus invite you to join our esteemed event? As a newcomer to Dreadful Meadows, some advice I will bestow. Align your talents with one of our most celebrated confectioners to learn the tricks and treats of the trade. From a seasonally seasoned professional, each can conjure up unique abilities within their realm, and their sugar sprites help to produce the most exquisite candy. Once you are in their favor, they will share their most creative concoctions and horrid but helpful harvesters for a crafty competitive edge. Contained within is a conspectus of notes, a guidebook, if you will, of this season's rules and regulations. It is set to be the most exciting season, and I would be dreadfully delighted if you would join us. Cordially yours, Cornelia Cavity, candy critic to the tasty tabloid. Next up, so here are the confectioners: Jack, Luna, Nina, Igor, Leaf. This is a Kickstarter Deluxe Edition, so you have the Deluxe Edition components. You have a market, a patch bag, patches, wooden candy pieces, confectioners, reverse size used for the sour solo mode, harvesters, sugar sprites, score pad, concoction cards, reference cards, and a winner's pin. Here's how to set up the game, and then player counts. Here's a 4-player setup, aim of the game, how to play, purchase patches. You can place a sugar sprite, purchase a harvester. That's all this, with the examples kind of over here. Or you can retrieve your sugar sprites. The different patches do different things. You have your concoction cards, the end of the game, the sour solo modes, the sour confectioner abilities, scoring, sour solo mode goals, top tips, clarifying their abilities, and the little kind of ad looking thing on the back. Here is that bag. Pretty good size too. My hand fits in. It's nice and deep. I have no issues with it. Then you have the board. So this is where you put the different resources you'll be getting. Here are those confectioners, and this is where the patches get laid out, and then this gets added to their price. And there's a harvester. So speaking of the confectioners, here you have Jack, and you'll see this little icon here. That is going to represent what's on their sugar sprites as well. Nina, Leaf, this was a deluxe edition exclusive. Luna, Igor, and then you have their solo sides. And Jack. So I'm not going to take them all out, but here are the harvesters. We have not peeled off our plastic film on them yet. As with almost all acrylic stuff, it does come with a plastic film, so that's why it kind of looks a little muted on some sides. But as you see, you get a bunch of the harvesters. Then we have the different patches. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different patches. However, they're all the same. The patches themselves, so this whole stack of Dreadful Trees is all the same. You'll see it's $5. So that means the resource on here is going to be worth $5. It also costs a base of $5 to buy to put into your patch. And then you'll notice some of them Right down here, those 4 dots means that's used in a 4-player game, and those are used in a 3-player game. And if there's no dots, it's a 2-player game. So there's the Dreadful Trees, and the Dreadful Trees are wild when it comes to fulfilling the concoctions. Then you have your Pumpkin Pops. They're worth 4. Next up, we have the Treacle Teeth for 3. Just grab one of each of these because these are big stacks. So Phantom Mallows are 2, and then Gummy Globs are 1. Then you'll notice right here in the middle, there is that winner's pin. The Sweetest Supplier. Over here, we have a couple extra bases. Here are the concoction cards. So these are how many points. This is going to be worth 3 points. And you need 3 of the Phantom Mallows. And you have all different types of concoctions. These are all the 3s. Now we get into the 6s. You do start a game with a 3, a 6, and a 9. So that's one of the reasons I have them separated. Then after you give each person a 3, a 6, and a 9, you then shuffle them up. And we're into the 9s. And come into the end of those. You then have player reference cards. So this shows you what you can do on your turn. Choose one of these actions. And then at the back, it tells you when you retrieve your sprites what each one does, and like have a little icon for it. In here, we do have the resources. So these lids do pop off, and then they can become little holders to put on the board. So here you do have that Dreadful Tree. And then this would be my only real complaint with the game. Hang on, let me get these out. The sugar sprites. And this is the Phantom Mallow. And upon quick look, if you're not paying attention, those colors and shape do kind of look similar. I mean, if you're paying close attention, they aren't too bad, but those are pretty close. And then we have, get the rest of these lids off. And one more. So I can get you the other 3 resources. So there's your Gummy Globs, your Treacle Teeth, and your Pumpkin Pops. And then it doesn't, as you see, there's room for the 4 sets of sugar sprites, but as I said, Leaf is exclusive. Actually, it might even been a Kickstarter exclusive. So that may be why he doesn't have a spot. But here are his sugar sprites. So as you can see, I said they have the little symbol on them. So we just kind of pop ours in with resources. We have a score pad. Yeah, I took advantage of a very sleepy bride and ended up kicking her butt. But it's because she was sleepy and just couldn't get her head around it. So, win for me because I was awake. She had an early day. So as you can see, there's Jax, Luna's, Igor's, and Nina. But that is what is in the box of Dreadful Meadows. I am now going to go scare up some treats. Woo!